Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Dragalia Lost. High Brunhilda has been out for a while now. The requirements needed in order to complete her trials is way higher than High Midgard, so in this video I'm going to go over the HP and strength requirements required in order to fight her. Additionally, I will also go over what water characters I would recommend to invest in for this fight. Let's begin with the characters. You're going to need to use a water character that has 100% burn resistance. What I'm hearing is that High Brunhilda's burn rate is 200%. If you bring someone with 75% burn resistance, then that character will still have a 50% chance to get burned. However, do keep in mind that it is possible to clear High Brunhilda with a team where one member doesn't have 100% burn resistance, but it requires a very specific team composition and a lot of skill, so I'm not going to recommend it. I'm only going to recommend you characters that are safe for public matches. I'm going to split it up into two tiers again. The first tier will be must-have characters on the team. The second tier will be the safe characters to use alongside the must-have characters. So first, you're going to need one Daniel on the team. This is the only healer that has 100% burn resistance currently. Daniel doesn't have the best kit for healing, but he's the only one that fits the job right now. The second must-have is Xainfried. He's kind of like your Makoto for this fight, except that he's way more important. High Brunhilda hits harder and has more health than High Midgard, so Xainfried's health co-ability will be needed in order for the team to meet the HP threshold. He also has a very nice strength buffing skill, so that'll help with damage. Additionally, Xainfried is a water lance character, so his 5-star water lance is pretty important for this fight as it gives the team an additional source of healing. It'll help compensate Daniel's lack of heals. Now in tier 2, there's only 3 characters. We have Waterbow Nefaria, Lily, and Orsum. These are the rest of the characters that have 100% burn resistance, and that's pretty much the main reason why they are listed here. Do note that Nefaria has a skill that grants allies a one-use shield that nullifies damage, and that's one way a character without 100% burn resistance can be used for this fight, but it requires good timing and people really need to know what they are doing. Lily is one of the best damage dealers in the game, so no surprise that she will be a great asset on any team. Orsum is actually pretty close to Lily in terms of damage. I think he will be the go-to guy for most players because he's the only 4-star melee water character with 100% burn resistance. The reason is because it's a lot easier to meet the stat requirements for melees than it is for ranged, and I'll talk about that next. Alright, so the HP threshold required in order to survive the initial explosion attack has been set higher. High Midgard's minimum health requirement is 1463, and I'm referring to a fire melee character with a Vanessa that has the 11% defense co-ability on the team. For ranged, it's 1828. The minimum for water melee characters for High Brunhilda is 1883, and this is with a 15% HP co-ability from a 5-star lance character, so in this case, it's a maxed out co-ability from a Xainfried. Then for ranged, it's 2352. As you can clearly see, High Brunhilda requires way stronger characters compared to High Midgard. The reason why I'm not using defense co-ability for High Brunhilda is because there's 0 water X characters that's reliable for this fight, just so we're clear. So how do we meet the HP threshold? Well, it's relatively the same as High Midgard's. The recommended requirements will vary depending on the character, so I will ballpark the recommended requirements again. You need a maxed out character, of course, that's a given. 45 to 50 mana nodes unlocked. It'll depend on which character you are using and the dragon. If you're planning on using Xainfried, then I would just max out his co-ability because it'll help everyone on the team meet the threshold, plus every ounce of health really helps. As for the equipment in terms of weapons and dragons, the general consensus is that melees should be equipped with a pretty high unbounded strength dragon. This includes a max unbounded Leviathan or Vananoy or whatever his name is. You can also use a max unbounded Winter Jean on Orsum instead of Leviathan if you have her. It's really important to have a high unbounded dragon for this fight, not only for the extra health, but you'll really need it for the damage. And then on the other hand, ranged characters will need a max unbounded Poseidon. I believe Leviathan can work on Lily as long as she is equipped with her 4-star water wand. The 4-star water wand has a 30% defense ability that will help her survive the initial blast. But yeah, besides Lily, every other ranged character basically requires a maxed out Poseidon and a Xainfried on the team. I'm not certain whether or not a max poly can work, so if you know anything about poly, then let me know in the comments. Moving on to the Wyrmprint, a level 100 Volcanic Queen Wyrmprint is required, of course. Then you'll also need maxed out water altars and level 16 to 30 dojos. Again, the dojo will vary depending on the character. Higher level dojos will be required for range characters, whereas melees not so much. Then lastly, a level 30 Yule Tree helps meet the threshold as well. At max level, it grants 8.5% health and 7% strength. The Yule Tree was a limited item during the winter event, so if you missed the event, then unfortunately, it'll be slightly harder for you to meet the HP threshold. Okay, so as for the strength requirement, I can't really give you a number because High Brunhilda is still early and no one really knows for sure. However, we do know that High Midgard requires 2000 minimum and 2200 strength is like the average needed. So because High Brunhilda has way more health than High Midgard, I would guess around 2300 to 2400 strength is probably required for her. Again, I'm not too sure on that, that's just my estimation. And that's pretty much it for this prep guide. I'm still trying to get ready for this fight, so I don't have any gameplay or knowledge about High Brunhilda's moveset yet. But when I eventually am ready to go and beat her, I will make a moveset guide for you guys, similar to how I did it for High Midgards. Which, by the way, if you're still in the prep phase for High Midgard, then you can check out my High Midgard guide if you're interested in that. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. And that's it for this video. I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.